Okay, we had a gentleman here. Just get in contact with him. And we just want to know when you came here to Canada.
I came here to Canada in 1968, June, right? At the 17th of June 1968. You know, I came up to my brother because, you know, like, we in Jamaica and we are a young boy and going around and, you know, I used to be a track and field man, football, cricket, you know. So when I get here, I really kind of go in the gym and start work out and start to meet friends and go around and, you know, boy, if I could tell you some of the places.
Well, hold on, pull up. You leave Jamaica. All these different sports you play. And I know boxing you say was a little part of the sport you play. But you know Chevalo here, Chevalo was here and Ali deal with him in a certain way. So normally, so you know boxing was a part of the whole thing here, right?
Yes, well, I can tell you, yes, George, as far as George Chevalo, me and George Chevalo are the same trainer. Because the same trainer used to train me, George, and Clyde Gray, Clyde was Canadian middleweight champion, and George Chevalo was Canadian heavyweight champion. So that day when I get to that trainer, and we had that link, that's the time when I get into boxing and say, well then boy, you know, I can make something out of this and make myself better and my family can be better off. They say, all right, we're gonna get him a couple fights. And they get me an amateur, you know, because it was amateur standard at that time. And they get me a fight, and they get me this big guy. He was bigger than me, and, you know, thing like that. And, you know, amateur is 3-round fight and thing like that. So I get in the ring with this guy, man. When I get in the ring with this guy, you know, this guy coming at me very hard and rough, you know. And I'm saying, man, this guy's coming like this. I have to plan my way out of this. Because I've never fight no white man before. So I don't know what his strength or how this white man is. And this man is not gonna, I'm not gonna make this man take advantage of me. And thing like that. So I line him up. And bam. Left and a right combination. One uppercut. And bam, the guy went down and so, you know, that give me the boost. And so, well then, yes, boy Joe, this is for you. This is where you belong. You know, and thing, and going through my amateur stuff and thing like that.
You can give us your formal name.
My formal name, everybody know me as Boxer Joe because
they might feel as Joe. If that type of files go before you, everybody be looking for Joe Fraser, you know.
My formal name is Joe Henry. Lots of people used to tell me even to look like Joe Fraser. And I'm saying, no man, I'm not no way look like that guy, man. Don't tell me I look like that guy, you know. But Joe Fraser was a fighter that I did like to.
Were you around when West Indies won the Ontario Cup? Were you supporting them religiously, or the boxing was taking your time away?
No, I was supporting them, but due to the boxing, lots of events I couldn't reach. You know, because, you know, boxing is a thing like this. When you're doing, you have to get ready for your thing and think about yours, you know.
Yeah.
At that time now, I can't put fun over money. You understand?
So because it was a good livelihood at the time, or
with the boxing?
Yeah.
Yes, it was pretty reasonable, you know. But to be honest, this bad management, I never get a good manager. Bad management is what really messed me up, because I got my best chance, and the only good chance that I really had was when I fought Marvelous Marvin Hagler.
You fought Hagler?
I fought Hagler.
And you're living to talk about it?
Oh, you mean if I'm living to talk about it? I'm living, man. I'm here going strong still. It was a great fight, and believe you me, he was a big guy. He was much bigger than me. They say he's a middleweight. To me, he more look like a light heavyweight.
We go into the clubs, which is the purpose of this whole visit. So, what were the early clubs
Well,
that you met here in the 60s?
well, at that time, boy, you can't leave Club Jamaica, should say. That was on Young Street there. So, I mean, and you cannot leave the Reef Club and the Sambiro, you know. So, those are clubs that we used to judge all the time and go all the time and thing. But, you know, we are young boy those days, you know. So, we don't like stay one place too long. So, we are run from place to place and, you know, find out what's going on. Because, man, I say, boy, girls hunting time and all of those kind of things, you know.
Yeah.
So, our happiness now as a young boy, we have to leave from club to club. And, you know, we finish up at the one where we stay late, we stay open the longest. So, I mean, so
which one was the longest for you?
Well, for me, I think the room at the top was the longest. Because room at the top, no boy, it was more like big people, enough West Indian people, who those guys that start up that club was like in England first and leave and come to Canada. And when them come to Canada and think now they get together and open up that place. And then we used to have all the bands around, like all the Cougars, you know. And we have, you know, boy, there was so much bands around in those times. The Outputs, I must say, because the Outputs was the band that I used to follow with.
Well, yeah, the Cougar was big.
The Cougar was huge too, you know. I think J. Douglas started sing with the Cougars.
Yes,
Young Street was the place. And then away from Young Street, the first branch off, I would say, is at Sambiro and Reef Club, which is at College and Brunswick Avenue there. And then all the other activities, I would say, come after that, right? And till it go into basements parties, for the basement parties all around.
Okay. And do you know about the Sportsman Club, because West Indies?
Yeah, man, I know about Sportsman. Yeah, that was Owen Ligor, who was a West Indies man that played both soccer and cricket for West Indies United. So those guys are guys that we all were together with, you know, as we say, in those days we were togetherness was the thing. No matter where you come from. If you come from Trinidad, if you come from Guyana, if you come from Barbados, anywhere in the West Indies you come from, Jamaican, we are all friends. When we go out, don't think you can hit a Trinidadian man and you don't hit a Jamaican man. Because we stand up for each other. So I mean, and that was the policy that I know of back in those days. Because that's the united way of how we used to live and how we younger guys used to knit together. I tell you something. You see, from Masonic Temple, then now we start to spread out to different places. And I would say we start to go in north. And when we say start to go in north now, we mean we're going above Eglinton. You know?
Eglinton was the border.
Eglinton was about the border. I tell you what, I remember when I moved up to Eglinton, my boss come to me and said to me, Joe, do you know you move more time, more than the months in the year? And I'm saying to him, what? And he said, yes. The people them that live at the rooming house eat off my grocery. None of them don't buy no grocery.
But you know,
when you buy $10 worth of grocery in a bedroom, that lasts you a week. You see what I mean? And for that week, it's like me have nothing to eat. I never used to eat fish and chips and them things. I never know nothing about those things. And it's things like that happened to me. make me know how fish and chips taste. So that's 1 week I live there.
Whoa.
Right? I have to go and get another room. I get another room, and I get to that place. And boy, every night is like war in the place because some people there is like they must sleep at daytime and nighttime them war. I get my landed from about 1970. And me never know say me have landed until 1971. Because 71 it when it come in the mail and catch up with me. And by that time now is when I decided, so well then boy, too much running around. And I decided to do a little settle down. And when I didn't meet a very beautiful woman, lovely woman, that's gone and leave me, but you know, the memories of our life still goes on and will never ever end because, you know, she was such a good person and good people, you know. Them say good people always die young or go early or whatever how it go, you know. We don't know, God's will. And I can say, boy, that person is the woman who gave me my 6 children. Right? Well, I mean 5, you know, I had 1 outside.
And thank you for giving me the time and for giving me all the entertainment part because that's the area we're dealing with right now. So.
Well, midget, boy, you're not little, you know, you're large. Right? So no matter when they call you say, when they say midget, no matter things say you're a little baby down there, you're large. Right? So just hold the faith. Right? And your blessing all the time will always follow you, my brother. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So when we can say, boy, I'm more power, I'm more love, I'm more blessing, you know, and a blessing continuously. The blessing will come, you know, and the blessing will come in such a way that, boy, when it come, keep you, my brother.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know, if you have to be really rich by money, you know, you only want to be rich in spirit and continue love and the blessing, and you know, say you live and live happy. Happiness is the best thing in life.
Thanks for that word of inspiration.